Death is one of the greatest mysteries of human existence, and every culture has its own myths about what happens after we die. From the dark depths of the underworld to the celestial realms of the afterlife, these myths are filled with fascinating characters who guard the gates, judge the souls, and guide the dead on their eternal journey. In this video, we'll explore the guardians of the underworld from different cultures, from the Egyptian god Anubis to the Greek ferryman Charon. We'll dive into epic tales of judgment, redemption, and the eternal journey of the soul, and discover how these myths reflect our deepest fears and hopes about what lies beyond the veil. So join me as we uncover the secrets of the afterlife and the guardians who protect its gates. Our journey begins in ancient Egypt, where the afterlife was a central part of religion and culture. At the heart of the Egyptian underworld was Anubis, the jackal-headed god who presided over the mummification process and guided the souls of the dead to the Hall of Judgment. But Anubis was more than just a guide. He was also the protector of the dead, ensuring that their bodies were preserved and their souls were safe on their journey to the afterlife. In the Hall of Judgment, Anubis would weigh the heart of the deceased against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. If the heart was lighter than the feather, the soul would be granted eternal life in the field of reeds. But if the heart was heavier, it would be devoured by the monster Ammit, and the soul would be condemned to eternal darkness. As we explore the role of Anubis in the Egyptian afterlife, we'll see how this myth reflects the Egyptians' beliefs about morality, justice, and the eternal nature of the soul. Next, we travel to ancient Greece, where the underworld was ruled by the god Hades and guarded by the ferryman Charon. In Greek mythology, the souls of the dead had to cross the river Styx to reach the underworld, and Charon was the one who ferried them across. But there was a catch. Charon required payment for his services, usually in the form of a coin placed in the mouth of the deceased. Those who could not pay were doomed to wander the banks of the Styx for eternity. Once inside the underworld, the souls would be judged by the three judges of the dead, who would determine their fate in the afterlife. The virtuous would be sent to the Elysian fields, a paradise of eternal bliss, while the wicked would be condemned to Tartarus, a place of eternal punishment. As we explore the role of Charon in Greek mythology, we'll see how this myth reflects the Greeks' beliefs about death, the afterlife, and the importance of a proper burial. Returning to ancient Egypt, we encounter another important figure in the afterlife: Osiris, the god of the dead and the ruler of the underworld. Unlike Anubis, who was primarily a guide and protector, Osiris was the judge of the dead, determining the fate of each soul based on their deeds in life. But Osiris's role in the afterlife was not just about judgment. It was also about resurrection and rebirth. According to Egyptian mythology, Osiris was murdered by his brother Set, but was resurrected by his wife Isis and became the ruler of the underworld. This myth of death and resurrection was central to Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife, as it symbolized the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. As we explore the role of Osiris in the Egyptian underworld, we'll see how this myth reflects the Egyptians' beliefs about the eternal nature of the soul and the possibility of eternal life. From the sands of Egypt and the rivers of Greece, we now journey to the icy realms of Norse mythology, where the afterlife was guarded by the Valkyries, fierce warrior maidens who served the god Odin. In Norse mythology, the souls of brave warriors who died in battle were chosen by the Valkyries to be taken to Valhalla, Odin's great hall in Asgard. There, the warriors would feast and prepare for the final battle of Ragnarok, when they would fight alongside the gods against the forces of chaos. But not all souls were taken to Valhalla. Those who died of illness or old age were sent to Hell, a realm of cold and darkness ruled by the goddess Hel. As we explore the role of the Valkyrie in Norse mythology, we'll see how this myth reflects the Norse beliefs about honor, bravery, and the importance of a glorious death in battle. Finally, we travel to ancient Mesoamerica, where the Aztecs believed in a complex and terrifying underworld ruled by the god Mictlantecutli. In Aztec mythology, the souls of the dead had to make a perilous journey through the 9 levels of Mictlan, the land of the dead, before reaching Mictlantecutli's realm. Each level presented its own challenges, from icy winds to rivers of blood, and the souls had to navigate these dangers with the help of offerings and rituals performed by the living. Once they reached Mictlantecutli's realm, the souls would be judged and either granted eternal rest or sent back to the world of the living to be reborn. As we explore the role of Mictlantecutli in Aztec mythology, we'll see how this myth reflects the Aztecs' beliefs about death, the afterlife, and the importance of rituals and offerings in ensuring a safe passage to the underworld. From the jackal-headed Anubis to the fearsome Mictlantecuhtli, the guardians of the underworld are some of the most fascinating characters in mythology. These myths reflect our deepest fears and hopes about what happens after we die, and they offer us a glimpse into the beliefs and values of the cultures that created them. Whether it's the judgment of Osiris, the ferryman Charon, or the warrior maidens of Valhalla, these myths remind us that death is not the end, but a journey to a new realm. As we explore these myths, we are reminded of the power of storytelling and the enduring human quest to understand the mysteries of life, death, and the afterlife. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the myths of the afterlife and the guardians who protect its gates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from mythology and history. And if you're curious to learn more about the guardians of the underworld, check out the links in the description for some great books and resources. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, the journey of the soul is one of the greatest mysteries of all. Subscribe now for more epic tales from mythology and history.